Good Sunday morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing, looking at fire potential impacts. None today, but we do have concerns for wind and low humidity across a good portion of Nevada into parts of Utah on Monday, expanding in coverage over more of Utah on Tuesday, as well as parts of Nevada. In addition to that, along with an approaching cold front, this shaded red here starting Monday, will also be some isolated lightning on the drier side pushing through in those windy areas both Monday and Tuesday. I have to keep a careful eye on that. Precipitation has been minimal, dry across the area, no lightning across our region. Current fire activity and observed precipitation bone dry this past week. Past 7 days, no precipitation, and this is actually just the normal for the past 7 days. We see 0 to 5% of normal precipitation, also in the monsoon area. So in our southern areas, also very dry, and we see this in our fuels, the ERC percentiles. Some of the largest areas of purples we've seen at one time across our southern and eastern areas. That means 97th percentile to record fuels. The reds and oranges still above 80 to 90% of percentiles, and drying out even as we head into northern Nevada and southern Idaho, and that'll be the trend as we go through this week. A lot of our live fuel moistures also are dry enough. Here in the lee of the Sierra, sagebrush and Carson's drop down to below normal for this time of year, and down just between Cedar City and St. George. Live fuels in the Oak also below normal to just above record dryness levels, and sagebrush down in southeastern Utah also near record levels. And in terms of the weather map, a large ridge of high pressure off the coast, not over the Four Corners. That's slowing the monsoon progression. You can see how clear of clouds it is over Arizona, a good portion of New Mexico. The clouds are through here. These tighter height lines through here, though, are indicating stronger winds. Upper level low in the upper part of the map dropping down out of the Gulf of Alaska will bring those winds into the Pacific Northwest and eventually into parts of the Great Basin. So for today, there's our weather map showing that high pressure ridge, that low up to the north. Here are our significant fire potential dryness levels. No problems really with wind today, except maybe in portions of the central and eastern Snake River valleys, but humidities there will be above 20%. The drier humidities below 10% across the southern half of our area. Now, for Monday, you can see we have high risk for wind across parts of eastern Nevada, and that's in response to this approaching shortwave. Dryness punching in, tightness in these height lines. Winds, you can see the strongest winds will be across Nevada, starting to push into parts of western Utah, but not so strongly yet. But above normal winds will affect some fire activity in some of our ongoing incidents. Dryness levels, again, similarly dry across Nevada and Utah, drying out a bit more across Idaho. Now on Tuesday, we do see this trough pushing downwards. We see drier air punching in, a larger area of concern for winds. In addition, there could be some embedded lightning with that approaching front, but not widespread enough to issue high risk for lightning. But it'll be the wind and the low humidity that we're concerned about. And on the left, you can see the shades of orange to purple, gusts of 30 to maybe 40 miles per hour in those areas. And where it lightens up is behind the front, and right in between where that boundary is, we could see some isolated lightning, dry humidities here again in the southern and central areas. No significant precipitation for the next 7 days. It's a little bit of a green blip up here and across southern Idaho, but there could be some drier lightning strikes without much precipitation reaching the ground up here in Nevada, and monsoonal moisture with the rainfall stays well to the south in Mexico. Further down the road, we see this deepening trough of low pressure here on Wednesday, so wind concerns again across parts of Nevada and Utah. No semblance of the monsoon yet. Still dry down in Arizona on Thursday. This big ridge of high pressure is building in. It's actually the start of the Four Corners high, but it's situated in such a way that the moisture still isn't forming up. Because we have too much energy here in the Pacific Northwest. But look, these dryness levels, all of a sudden more brown on the map by the time you go to Thursday. And by Friday, all of Nevada and Utah will be critically dry, both dead and live fuels, drying out also into a good portion of Idaho, even eastern Idaho. And then on Saturday, there's a big high pressure ridge. We'll have much above normal temperatures to record heat in some areas, but still dry even in our southern prone monsoon areas. No significant threats yet, just very dry. So any existing fires will continue to have the potential to burn. 7-day precipitation keeps us bone dry. The 8 to 14-day outlook, much above normal temperatures centered across the center portion of the Great Basin. It does indicate a better threat of some moisture coming in, so we could start seeing some monsoonal moisture and some lightning coming in, which will be problematic in those very dry fuels. We'll have to wait and see how that develops as we go into the middle of July. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.